Good morning, Sasha. Good to have you here. Give me 1 second. Let me get this Twitter stream going, and we're good to go, guys. What's up, Dane? Good to see you, brother. All right. Everything should be a go, guys. Well, good morning. It's Tuesday. We survived Monday yesterday. Just looking at ES slash SPY, it looks like we're going to want to break above that 60-20 level at some point today. But, we wait the first 15 minutes because we've been wrong before. So we wait 15 minutes, get the games out of the way, and then we're going to hit it hard. So yeah, we got about 15 minutes to sit here, analyze what's going on in this open range, let that get defined, and then we're set, guys. Getting my nicotine in. Going to be a great day. Morning, Patrick. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I'm thinking that we're going to have a bullish day, guys. Morning, Sean. I would really like to get above that 60-30 level, though. I remember from maybe 2 weeks back or something like that, that 60-30 area was acting like a little magnet for us that, just the price just kept staying right around 60-30. Like you would try to break it, it would get pushed down. You would try to break under it, it would snap back up. So I want to clear that 60-30, hopefully before this 15-minute range is defined. Morning, imposter. Yeah, Patrick. That dude's a wild card, man. I think he has some mental issues. Regardless, he's making pretty wild claims. Just not a nice person either. And all I did was respond to some claims he was making, and then he just wanted to completely hide around the question. So it is what it is, man. You can't make somebody fight if they really don't want to, and that's the story of life. Yeah, 60-30, Sasha. That was a nightmare. It was pretty frustrating for me too. Um, yeah, patience is a virtue, Chris. Like I keep saying on these streams, guys. Like no matter how good stuff looks right now, and sometimes it looks very, very good. Don't get me wrong in these first 15 minutes, but the price action is a nightmare. Like you're going into the lion's den. You think something, like going to a zoo, right? Like, oh, the lion or the tiger looks so amazing. I want to go pet it. Looks great from the outside, but the minute that you step in there, you realize that you're in the lion's den and you made a big, big mistake. So that's kind of the way that I view trading the first 15 minutes. Sometimes it looks very attractive. You want to go pet it. And then once you get in it, you remember why you're in the lion's den. Let me pull this chart down a little bit for you guys. I see that the view is a little bit too high. Chris, I don't even know if that's what it is or not, brother. I think, he's got a really good YouTube base, which, he really does, not to discredit him on that sense at all. It's just sometimes, when you make wild claims like that, you're going to get called out a time or two. And if you're not prepared to back up a claim that you make, then you shouldn't be making those claims. I think that's what it is, mixed with some slight anger issues and maybe a little bit of unstableness going on upstairs. So just a combo of all the above. What's up, StatBet? Good to see you here, brother. All right, we got about 9 minutes here, and then we can get this going, guys. Um, Staying in this range, what I'm just thinking is we're probably going to at least make a test up to 60-30. Whether we break 60-30 or not, that will be discovered. But all indications are right now that we want to go test 60-30. Do I have any indicators or just watch price action? So I don't really have any line indicators on my charts. I'm just watching market structure, meaning, hey, what trend are we in? Are we forming any patterns? And if you want to call it an indicator, then I use the 15-minute open range, and that's just where after the first 15-minute candle of the day is in, I draw a horizontal line at the top of that candle, horizontal line at the bottom of that candle, and the way that I trade it, usually in between those two lines, it's pretty choppy. So I'm not really looking to get a lot of size in between those two chop lines. If it gets outside of it either direction, then I feel pretty good about a move, whatever direction that it's breaking to. But as far as line indicators, I don't. I know some traders do, and they do well with them. And I think any indicator that you want to use, if you have the right strategy with it, it can work. I mean, you can make any indicator work for your strategy. The problem becomes when you put too many indicators on, right? So, like you have this line, that line, and now you're looking for all the stars to line up perfectly based on those indicators. And sometimes that perfect opportunity you're looking for never meets up with your indicators. So, for me, I just like a very simple chart. Morning, Nip. Good to see you, brother. Oh yeah, don't worry, guys. We're gonna make some money today. I have all the confidence in the world in it. Um, I'm nicotined up. I've got this monster almost finished, so by the time the 5 minutes rolls around here, we're gonna be good to go. Yeah, Chris. The 9 EMA and 20 EMA, they're if you're going to use indicators, they're probably some of my favorites. I used them both for a long time with small caps, and you can still use them with SPY, ES, whatever you're trading. Um, So I mean, if that helps you give you confidence in your trade, then by all means, that's what they're for. Yeah, we are testing that pre-market high right now. Like I said, it's all signs are pointing to we're going to go up and test 60-30, but I'm just sitting on my hands, being a little bit patient, letting the 15-minute range get defined. And if it's going to actually break 60-30 today, there'll be plenty of chances for me to get in after the first 15 minutes. Just don't want another choke slam on us, guys. Morning, Jerry. Thanks, StatBet. I appreciate that, brother. What's up, Corey? Yeah, it's the same. ES and SPA, Patrick. I mean, whatever one is doing, the other's doing the exact same thing. That's why if you guys are trading SPA on here and haven't, transitioned over to ES yet, which I think you should, but if you haven't, then the trades that we're taking on ES will also directly work with SPA. So, um, whatever we're doing on ES, SPA will be doing the same thing. Here's a little pushback to 60-20. So on this little pushback here, being that our open range is almost defined, I'm going to go ahead and start scaling in a couple longs. Testing around 60-24, 60-25 up there was a little bit high for me to take an entry. Thinking we're going to go up to 60-30 in case we got slammed down, but getting these under 60-20 here, I feel a lot better about that. So I got three on average right under 60-19. Um, we're testing the open range lows right here. I just want to see if it gets snapped back up, and then we go up and test that 60-20 area. Go ahead and put a stop loss down under this wick here. A little bit more. There we go. Now if we break back up over 60-20, we're going to be positioned pretty nice. And you guys are seeing, if you're watching these streams, every day with us, you're going to see these key levels that we've been around, like the 6,000 level was big for us. 60-20 has been a magnet. And then that 60/30, like we were talking about this morning, was an absolute headache a couple weeks ago. So, you know, that's the benefit of when you're trading every day. You start to learn, and you trade the same thing every day. You learn how certain prices and levels on that instrument that you're trading, they're probably still going to hold true if you come back to it, a couple weeks later or even a couple days later. So I want to pop above yeah, 60/21. If we can pop above that wick right there at 60/21, I'll feel pretty good about us at least going and testing that high of day again. We're trying back here at 60/20. Like I said, this is a big area of interest, so we clear that, and I'm going to be feeling pretty good. Here's 60/21, trying to clear that right now. Take one contract off right there, let two ride, pull the stop loss up a bit. Give us that test of 60/30. Pull this up a little bit more here, closer to entry. All right, locked one more off right there. So this is already going to be a pretty profitable trade no matter what now. And I'll move this one right above entry right there. This is shaping up pretty good so far, guys. Like I was saying all morning, I just felt like, at least for right now, we were a little bit bullish. So I put three contracts on down there. Um, I've scaled two of them out into the profit now, and I'm going to try to let this last contract ride and see what I can get out of it. I would like to go up and take out all of those wicks to the upside up there, and give us a true test of 60-30. That'd be pretty cool. ESSA, how do I decide to make an entry? It just depends on the market structure of the day. It depends on what way the momentum's going. Just a couple things like that. And if you said that you're new here today, if you keep watching these streams, then you're going to pick up on what I'm looking for entries. The best way to describe it to you is, you know, live time watching it because every trade is going to be different. Like I have no like preset criteria like, oh, this has to happen and this has to cross here and that. So I don't have that. It just goes by each individual trade and what's happening at the moment. And that's the most honest way to answer the question. All right, move my stop up with me a little bit more here. Looking pretty good here, guys. I'm going to keep moving this up. We're testing an open range high breakout right now. I'm liking this. And I'm keeping on dragging my stop up, and I'm starting to keep it tight at this point just because I want to lock in the profit that I've gotten. And you guys do it ever how you want. Take it all off on your profit or keep dragging it up with me. Just, you know, it's your trade. You're responsible for when you want to exit. I'll show you guys exactly when I enter, exactly when I exit, but that by no means means that you have to do it exactly how I do it. Okay. Uh, Looks like it hit me in my stop loss and the profit right there. So that puts me green, 1,500 bucks on the morning to start. So first trade in, not too bad. Not too bad. First nicotine pouch is done. Going to give myself a minute here and we'll pop another pouch and get another trade. Yeah, what it is, Patrick, it's that 60-30 area. Like I said, that 60-30 area has been the biggest headache for the last couple weeks. So that's why I was dragging my stop up with me tight right there because, you know, in case something like this happened, I'm capturing the most profit as possible because 60-30 is a nightmare. So far, this is a open range high fail breakout. I'm going to put a quick little short on, just looking for a tiny little push down from this. Now that we've broken under 60-20 for a minute, I want to see if we can go test the open range lows. And if we start reclaiming this candle here completely, then I'll just take it off. And if we can push down below my entry, then I might put another one on and see if we can go break under that 60-15 area. Because looking at the 5-minute chart, it's making a pretty decent argument that that was a reject of the 60-30 area. And if that's the case, maybe we can get a really strong reject and then go to open range lows. I'm happy with our first scalp on the day, though. That worked out as about as well for us as the market was willing to give. So I'm happy with that. Trying to show some weakness here. Let's see if it's actually weak or if it's going to retrace any of this. We're trading directly in the middle of the open range. So when you're trading in the middle like this, it can actually go either way on you. So I have one contract on. That way, if it starts shaping up and going in our direction, I'll just add in more. But if it goes against us, then it's just a tiny little paper cut in comparison to what we just won. We're just hovering around 60-20 is what we're doing. Put my stop right here. So this is like I don't know, a 2 or 3 point stop loss for me, which I'll take those all day long. And I tweeted the other night like that, your stop loss is going to be different every single trade. Sometimes it might be 2 or 3 points because that's what the market structure is telling me. Sometimes it might have to be wider, so that's why it's kind of difficult to have a one size fits all stop. Like, all right, I'm going to place my stop 10 points, below my entry, which again, it sounds good in theory. I understand the logic, but on this case, there's no reason to have our stop 10 points away because we would be way, way above where we should be. And we could very well get stopped here. And if that's the case, I'll look for an open range break to the upside and go long again. I don't mind shooting the ball as many times as I need to. You guys know that. Okay, stop hit right there. So now I'm going to wait a second, see if we want to actually break above this structure or if we just got stopped early. Looking like we're trying to go for it though. So I'll play ball. This is looking like it wants to test that open range high, so I'm putting some more size on. Um, just playing with the momentum and the strength that we have this morning. A pop of 60-30 would be incredible for us. Okay, so I'm starting to get some size into this thing just because I'm a bull at heart, guys, and it just looks like it wants to break above this open range high. Slow and steady here. Let's go clear out those wicks up at 60-25, and we'll feel really good about this. So yeah, she's hovering above 60-20, which is, you know, what we'd want to see for bulls. But until we get above that 60-30, we're not out of the woodworks yet. But if we are going to break 60-30 today, I really want to be in it just for a moral victory. Hovering around the 60-20 spot here. Still just a couple points off from entry. Give us the push. Five-minute looks like it's getting pretty coiled up, guys. So, um, like we're compressing and compressing. I don't know how long we can compress for. One way or the other. Can we do the thing? She is trying, guys. She's a trying. Come on, give it to us. I want to break this 60-25 and then push up a couple points. We're knocking right at the door here, guys. Put a stop right here. Come on, keep doing the thing. Oh, if we pop hard to 60-31, that'd be incredible. I hope you're right on that. I think we're going to go at least test 60-30. So, I share kind of the same sentiment that we are going higher. I took some size off right here on this 60-25 area just because we're hovering around it. We are at the morning highs. I just don't want to reject, form a double top here, and not take some profit. So I've taken a couple contracts off. I'm riding two up to see if we can get this move here. Start moving this up into the profit with me. Let's pop this wick here. Pull that up. Get a little bit more nicotine in. My stash over here is dwindling, guys. My stash is dwindling of nicotine. Not that I'm addicted or anything. I could quit anytime. Testing this open range high break right here, guys. Might come down and stop me, but we'll see. I'm happy with this trade. I'm actually going to put another one on right here. Can we do it? Yeah, they might want me out before the move comes. And if that's the case, then that's fine. I'm super happy with my morning so far. Um, but, I think we're going to get it. All right. I'll take mine right there, guys. Just closed out right there. I'm up right at $2,400 on the day total. Just doing my little layup shots and stacking up profits that way. Nothing too risky this morning, just nice and simple little layups on the upside. Let's see if we come back down a little bit now, test under this open range, and then we can pull back up above it. And if that happens, that'll be a re-entry for me. This is the candle that I thought was about to come right now, so that's why I took my position off. Now I'll put one back in. Kind of just, you know, exact same position I was in, but I took the profit off, locked it in, and now I'm right back in. Back in the game. Yeah, the 100 point pullbacks was pretty wild. It was difficult to trade those actually. I actually traded micros during that time just because the range was so large that you know, like you said, you could have a 100 point move either way. It was wild. For ES, that's pretty big. In Q, it's like, ah, I'd kind of expect that from you, but not ES. Okay, if I can get a little bit closer to 60-20, I'll start adding in more to this position. And like I told you guys, several times that um, I'm very, very much okay with adding early, getting in the move early, because all I'm looking to do is get on base. As long as I like the market structure overall, I don't mind to add early, go into like a little small drawdown with anticipation of either adding in more size or thinking my overall structure is going to hold. Um, you know, so I never try to worry about timing the exact pullback moment. I feel like doing that, you're going to miss a lot of trades. So I'm just very much getting on base type trader, and so that's why you'll see me take entries maybe a little bit early than what you guys might sometimes. I don't know your trade style, but I do know getting on base adds up to a lot of money at the end of the year. So I'm just going to keep getting on base. Yeah, I spoke to Tommy a few weeks ago. I'd say it's been maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago that we talked now. Um, we're obviously not talking every day like we used to when we were both in LA, but because life got busy, we're both doing stuff. But yeah, we still stay in touch. See if we can finally pop this and go to 60-30 here. No, Sean, I stepped away from the Discord to do this. I've put all of my efforts into doing these live streams, helping get you guys these Halcyon accounts, which I think are the greatest prop firm accounts that you could have because it's truly free trading. The ones I'm trading on give me plenty of drawdown. I never have to worry about, popping an account or violating a rule because there's not any. So I've put all my efforts on trying to get you guys the best deals on those accounts and doing these live streams, so I can be here and just talk to everybody directly. So I don't have a stop on this position, Meredith, because I've built up a decent morning so far in profits, and I just have one contract on here, and I'm just kind of letting the trade develop a little bit. I don't have a stop because my plan was that it would come down a little bit more and I would get to add into this, but it doesn't look like that's happening. So I'm just, looking for a 60-30 touch. If I had more than just one contract on, then certainly I would put a stop on. But I was really hoping I could add more into this. And, that goes to what I was saying about, you'll see me add earlier than what you guys might sometimes because I too was thinking that we could come lower and get, more contracts on, but it didn't happen. So now I'm at least in a little bit for the game. And it still very well could come give me that lower touch, and if so, I'll add more into it. Stock Don, I really don't know. Um, I don't really anticipate any trading discussions. Like I try not to let myself, analyze and think what's going to happen or form a bias. I just wait until if it happens, it happens. The market will show me where it wants to go, and I'll just trade that. For me, I just like to really make my day to day as simple as possible. I don't really like to analyze anything. I know how to read charts and know how to trade price action, so I put all of my energy into doing that. If I can get a little bit closer to that 60-20, I'll still add more into this. I just don't know if it's coming. What are we on the morning, guys? Are we 3 for 4 or are we 4 for 5? I can't remember how many trades I've done. I know we've won every trade except for one. I just don't know if it's been 3 trades, or sorry, 4 trades or 5 trades. What's up, Bad Uncle? Good to see you here, brother. I think we might be 3 for 4. I think 4 trades sounds more correct than 5 trades. It doesn't matter to me either way. I'm just, you know, trying to keep up with their stats here. And that's another point too. You guys have heard me say I don't care if we went 1 for 5. I don't care if we missed 4 trades, but the one that we hit, put us profitable. I don't care what my record is, so to speak, as long as I make money at the end of the day. And that's the thing. Like if you guys keep tight stops, good risk management, whether mental or go ahead and put one on the screen. If you can hold yourself to those disciplined stops, it doesn't matter how many trades you lose because you're barely losing anything compared to what you're making. Oh, nice, Sean. So you snagged all the trades in the profit. That's incredible. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I've said this a couple times, most of the trades we take, they'll at least go in the profit at some point. So if you guys want to be quick with it, and just take, really small little hitters over and over, you can really build accounts that way too. Yeah, Rachel. So for the trade copier, I would have to like exit my full screen mode, and it would like mess with the OBS layout. But I can tell you how to do it. What you do is if you're not in full screen mode, there's a little button up there that says Trade Copier. You click that, turn it on, then you create a group. You make a group for Trade Copier. Um, Title it whatever you want. I titled mine Ultras because I have three Ultra accounts. And then after you title it, whatever you want to title it, select one account to be your parent account. Like it'll automatically pop up the settings for you. Make any account that you want your parent account, and then your children accounts is what it's called. Just put your other accounts, ever how many you have on that, and then it's automatically trading all for you. I'll make a video later today and put it on Twitter if you want to see a visual as well. Just on stream, it would, OBS is really finicky, so I wouldn't want to, like mess up my view on the chart and then have to recalibrate that here. But I don't mind making a video after stream. But the trade copier is really cool. It's probably one of my favorite things about props is, you know, you can really add up money quickly by not risking much on each account because you can have numerous accounts and whatever you make on the day, it's multiplied by ever how many you have. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off slightly in the profit right there. Just to, you know, there was more profit to be had up there. I didn't capture it, but I got a little bit of profit out of that. Basically, a break-even trade right there, just because we're coming back to this open range high area, and I want to see if we can push under it a decent amount and hold, and then I'll just get more size if we do that. But as of right now, I'm happy with my morning. What's the eval look like, Noah? Well, it depends on what account size that you choose. So whatever account size that you like to trade on, Halcyon definitely has that, and the eval it's pretty standard like most other ones, with a couple differences. So you got to trade it for 5 days. You can hit all of your profit in one day if you want. Like you can just hit the profit goal in one day if the charts are giving it to you, and then you just do a quick flip the next 4 days, just like a 1 second trade, just to hit your day count, and then just like everything else, you're transferred over into the sim funded phase. Um, Now, the ultras are a little bit different. If you do pick an ultra eval, what it's not really an eval for ultras, so to speak. It's like a 10-day trading period to hit a profit target, but whatever you make in it in the ultras carries over with you into the funded phase. That's the cool part. So it's like if you're making all this money in the ultras, you don't lose it. It carries over with you. And then, you can draw the money out after you carry over, uh, as long as you don't blow the account. It's just basically they want to see if you can just be responsible and not blow an account, and then they'll turn you loose. Um, but there's no rules, there's no consistency. You don't have to make, you know, a certain amount each day, and every trade can be different. There's completely no rules, which is really cool. No rules trading, and then the ultras, like the 400Ks. I have two 400K accounts and $1 million account. The 400Ks, you get 15K in drawdown, which is fantastic. I'm never gonna let myself lose 15K on a trade. And then the million, you get like 40K drawdown. So if you really want to push size, that's the account to push size on. I hope that answers your question, Noah. Yeah, that's what the ultra accounts, Noah. They don't reset your profits at all. So it's like you make the money one time. That's all you got to do. Like you don't have to just keep restarting at a phase. You make the money, you just keep going. The money will carry over with you. And the code WIN that Halcyon put out, it works for Ultra accounts. It works for every account they have. So if you guys want to go look at them, decide for yourself what's best for you. That code will work for any account you want. Looks like we might actually go for that 60/30. Um, we'll see here. I'm putting a couple back in the game here on that open range high hold, um, just to see if we can push 60/30 here. Yeah, the normal accounts, Patrick, they're just like, any other firm, with, the passing phase, except for you don't have consistency rules or anything like that. Go ahead and put a stop under this structure here, just in case we do want to give the move up. Just looking for a little push up to that 60/30, guys. Yeah, I could do TikTok. Maybe I can add that to the stream. It's just my main focus is here on Twitter because I know that's where all of my followers are. I've been trying to make the streams easy as possible for you guys to just be able to access. I know most people are on Twitter often, so I just my only goal is to make the viewership easier for you guys. Whatever platform that you guys think is best for you to view it on, I don't mind to do. Let's go. Start pulling this up with me now. Oh yeah, stock done. I talked about that just a second ago. Me and Tommy still talk when we can. So, I'm still in touch with, all of my friends. The Goblin Gang stuff, I mean, that was a very fun time. It's just, we were all a lot younger then, different phases in life, just different life circumstances. Living in LA, it was just, you know, those few years ago, it was just a different time period. So it made sense for us to just do the Goblin Gang videos and stuff then. But, now, um, I don't want to say all of us grew up a little bit. I mean, but we kind of did. So we're just like, I guess our priorities are a little bit different than, running around LA and the world making videos. But it was a fun time. I'm glad I did it. Come on. Pull this up with me a little bit more, just right above my entry here. This is what we were looking for, guys. Keep pulling that up some more. Again, there we go. Let's do the thing. I'll take mine right there, guys. Um, I was looking for 60/30. That's exactly what I got. And I'm just sticking to the plan there. It very well could go above 60/30. But, my target going into the trade was 60/30, so I took it there. And, that's why, like I keep saying, like, oftentimes when you guys see me take entries, you might think, oh, but we're close to high of day right there, a pullback, a pullback. Yeah, I'm with you. A pullback very well could come, but I just put, smaller size in case the breakout happens before the pullback comes. Just get on base. And, if you do that with tight risk, I think you'll be just fine in your trades. Um, so yeah, that was good for me right there. Um, I'll probably end the morning right here on that. We're 4 for 5. I think that's what we're at. So we took 5 trades. 4 of them were hitters, just little scalps on each of them. But we're at 3K on the day. So happy with this morning. I hope that you guys are also green. Um, I'll put out some stuff today about the trade copier, show you guys how to do that, because it's a fantastic way to really maximize how much money you can make. And with trading on a prop firm like this, guys, with truly freedom and no rules, um, you can make a lot of money. I mean, if you don't know anything about props, I would suggest you educate yourself on them, make your own decision about them. But I'm telling you, with the accounts that they have on here, you can make legitimate money. Um, so that will do it for my stream today, guys. I'll be on Twitter. Like if I see, certain levels, I'll give those to you. But thank you to everyone who watched, and we'll be back at it tomorrow.